now, China announcing retaliatory tariffs on some American imports. This is after President Trump's tariffs on Chinese products went into effect.
Greetings everyone, and welcome to my channel. U.S. President Donald Trump's policies are dramatically reshaping America's relationships with its neighbors, allies, and global rivals. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is the first international leader to visit the U.S. during Trump's second term, with a highly anticipated meeting at the White House. Following him, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to visit next week, making him the second global leader to meet Trump after Netanyahu. Trump has frequently called Modi a close friend, and Modi in return proudly claims the same. At the same time, Trump is using tariffs as a powerful bargaining tool to push his America First policies. His bold moves have caused major fluctuations in global stock and currency markets. According to Reuters, Trump's trade advisor, Peter Navarro, revealed that the US president is expected to have a crucial phone call today with Chinese President Xi Jinping, one that could shape the future of U.S. China trade relations. During his election campaign, and even after assuming office, Trump took in an uncompromising stance on illegal immigration. The moment he stepped into power, he wasted no time in enforcing deportations of undocumented immigrants. Initially, Colombia refused to accept them, triggering an intense standoff. In response, Trump threatened to impose tariffs on Colombia. And just like that, Colombia backed down, agreed to accept the deportees, and Trump withdrew his tariff threat. Trump has been vocal about imposing tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China, repeatedly stating that these nations must address illegal immigration and drug trafficking before gaining tariff exemptions. Last week, he followed through on his threats, signing an executive order, imposing tariffs on all three countries. Under this directive, a 25% tariff was set to be applied to all goods imported from Mexico and Canada, while over 10% tariff targeted energy-related imports from Canada and raw materials from China. But then, a dramatic turn of events. Trump, suddenly, suspended tariffs on Mexico and Canada for 1 month. What changed? After intense negotiations, both countries promised to enhance the border security. Trump held high-stakes discussions with Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Their assurances of stricter border controls convinced Trump to put tariffs on hold, at least for now. Mexico even went so far as to offer to deploy 10,000 troops to secure its borders. Meanwhile, Trudeau announced a $1.3 billion border security plan. And that's not all. Trump also pressured both countries to crack down on fentanyl smuggling, a crisis that has devastated American communities. In response, Trudeau appointed a special official to tackle fentanyl smuggling, declared drug cartels as terrorist organizations, and implemented 24/7 border surveillance. However, while Mexico and Canada got temporary relief, as China wasn't so lucky, a massive $450 billion worth of Chinese imports are now subject to a 10% tariff, effective immediately. Furious over this move, China retaliated, slapping 10 to 15% tariffs on US imports and filing a formal complaint against the US with the Russian World Trade Organization. But here's the interesting part. China's response has been measured. Analysts believe this signals a willingness to negotiate with Trump in hopes of avoiding a full-blown trade war between the world's two largest economies. According to CNN, Trump's 10% tariff on Chinese goods is far lower than the 60% tariff he had threatened during his campaign. This suggests that if negotiations fail, even tougher tariffs could be on the way. Since taking office, Trump has closely scrutinized U.S. China trade relations, and he's showing no signs of backing down. Trump has even linked the 10% tariffs on Chinese imports to the fight against fentanyl smuggling, a deadly drug crisis in the US. But despite the tensions, Trump remains optimistic about reaching a trade deal with China. He also expressed interest in working together on other global issues, including the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The White House confirmed that Trump is expected to speak with Xi Jinping later this week, a conversation that could have huge consequences for global trade. Meanwhile, India is watching closely, ready to seize the opportunity from the U.S. China trade conflict. Trump personally invited Modi to visit the White House next week, setting the stage for big trade discussions. On January 27th, the two leaders spoke on the phone, discussing immigration policies, security purchases, and fair trade agreements. India is a key U.S. strategic partner in countering China and is eager to expand its trade relationship with Washington. At the same time, India is also working hard to avoid any potential tariffs from Trump, especially considering its own high tariffs on American goods. The US remains India's largest trading partner, with bilateral trade surpassing $118 billion in 2023-24, resulting in a May $32 billion trade surplus for India. Reports indicate that India is strategizing to capitalize on the shifting global trade dynamics. December 2024. Study by the Federation of Indian Export Organizations suggests that a full-scale tariff war between the US and China could boost India's exports by $25 billion. Sectors where India could replace Chinese exports include electronics, auto parts, organic chemicals, textiles, footwear, furniture, and home decor. Additionally, a November 2024 study by Oxford Economics highlights India's rapid progress in the electronics sector, high-value industry. The ongoing trade war has already reduced China's stronghold views in the American market, opening at major opportunities here for India. However, India faces tough competition from neighboring nations, making it difficult to dominate the market. But here's the biggest challenge. India still relies heavily on Chinese components for its manufacturing sector. This dependency could make Indian exports vulnerable. Information like this. Stay with us and subscribe our channel, The Global Scenario. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.